A lot of people go, oh, I get third party all the time, ranked is so hard, I don't want to fight. The reason for that is because you don't have control of your area. I know that North is safe. I know that people probably will not push from the central of the ring, meaning that if I decide to take a fight, if I decide to W key, the odds of someone being close enough to push is very small. Like, welcome to another solo to master video. We're gonna go through the educational commentary and all that fun stuff. Anyways, just jumping straight into it. This is me playing Octane once again, still in platinum for this VOD. It's not about the rank, it is about what we're gonna show you. In this VOD, we're gonna be covering some positioning, I guess, advice, some tips and tricks on how to position yourself, some tips and tricks on rotations, and controlling space for mid-game and late game. So you'll see a lot of that, and also some really banger wingman shots. So this is going to be some pretty great footage right here. I'm really excited about this one. Do not use the RE45 on Octane. There are a few guns you should not use on Octane, specifically, like I said, the RE45, P20. I'd argue the wingman and the Mozambique. The reason for this is that they're pistols, and for some reason, actually I think every gun has it, but the bokeh is really bad for this as well. When you play Octane and you stim, your field of view or whatever, like the gun model, gets all janky. And when you use a gun like the RE45 or the P20 or whatever, it really jumps in your face, and you actually have a hard time seeing what you're shooting at times. Even with a sight, even with a digital threat, it will be difficult from time to time. So now I'm running off out of my team, because there's a fight going on here already. Figured I'll just, you know, push up a little bit, see what I can do. There's a fast reload, and look at that, 10 bullets. Yeah, there's 9 bullets for purple mag, so it's...
I'm not gonna take it.
So I don't know why they zipped up there, but there's a team fight going on here. I'm kind of just fishing, I'm looking, I'm playing Octane, so this is, you know, I've covered it before, I can explode on a team if I need to. These guys are not paying attention. I figured I could maybe catch the Wraith with some lucky headies or something. I did not. However, I did get her down to 50 health. Her teammates are not assisting her, so I jump pad in, going for the 1v1 here. And she just runs. The other team is still not pushing or anything. Everyone seems fairly passive. I take that opportunity to send it with my RE45, which does extra damage on flesh, but that was a bit awkward. I'm sorry I had to see that. I don't ADS that much with it because of the awkward animation, but I still wanted to run it because I got it. Anyways, I peek out here, make sure nobody's really following, and they're not. These guys are super busy fighting each other. I nade into the smoke, which, believe it or not, is actually really viable because you cannot see, for the 1 damage there. It's really hard to see the grenade indicator when you're in the middle of the smoke, so you should really try to abuse that when you can. I hit some really solid wingman shots this game, but I also whiff a lot, because I think this was like the first game of the day or something. I did not know that they got finished off here. I was not fully paying attention.
I mean, I take a lot of...
I'd argue, I don't know what you guys think, I'd argue that super glides are the hardest. So this is a really good... Okay, I just want to pause. I forgot this part. This is a really good stick. If you guys don't know, a stick deactivates the trident. This is why you should never drive a trident next to an enemy team, because you can die in so many ways. So I stick him, and then it explodes like around the whole thing, so everyone gets hit. Some really awkward shots, but I crack both of them. I also have the RE45, so you can do a lot of work. I take the jump pad, I take the high ground and catch them off guard, because they're probably healing, which you are, and Bangalore dies, and then we get the Maggie with a little bit of an awkward aim there. But we got it at the end of the day. I should probably have hot swapped here, but I just went for the Phoenix instead. Once again, tridents are dangerous. Whenever I play comp, whenever I play ranked, we usually take a trident and we drive into zone. But then we always get out of the trident, because it is, like I said, it's a literal death trap. But you guys should really check out the r/Ottr subreddit. The reason I'm pushing this is because I want to make a subreddit react/rating video. You can post if you have any memes regarding Apex, or, you know, connected to my content. If you have any like cool clips, or you have like any funny clips, just anything Apex and my stream related, post it on the subreddit. This will basically, you can always submit here. I will go through the most upvoted post hopefully by Sunday, otherwise next week, in a video, and then we're gonna try to regularly react to stuff on the Ottr then. So make sure that you are subscribed to the subreddit. Maybe go and check some of these clips out. Downvote, upvote, maybe comment if you feel like it. And yeah, post if you have anything, really. And hopefully I'll get a chance to react to it, or rather rate it, because that's what we're doing. Anyways, back to the actual review. So what we're doing now, chat, is we're playing Edge. This is like low-key a good and bad thing. In Plat, a lot of teams that play Edge. Very few teams play mid-zone or like end zone in Platinum. They always like by the end of edge of zone, maybe even outside of zone. So I ran into another team here, and I felt confident. So I, you know, lined it up, whiffed a little bit, but then okay, I just whiffed a little bit. Fast reload again. I love this attachment of purple mag. It's 11 bullets. Pushing forward because I know he was popping the bat, so he should be free to, you know, try to clean up. So my Mirage got into a fight probably with the rest of that team while I was fighting the Loba. So I decided to, you know, wrap back to help him out a little bit. Super confused with what's going on. The comms are obviously non-existent. The pings are all over the place.
My teammates' pings are so confusing, I don't know what's happening.
So I have no idea where they get shot from and what happened. But they pinged here, so we decided we're gonna go this way. As I was saying, what we're doing is we're playing Edge of Zone, and we're low-key controlling the north side of the map. I don't know if I'm gonna pull the map up soon. But basically, by controlling the north side of the map, we can rotate in with the north side of the map, and we'll have our backs clear. This is a macro decision. And it, like, you know, we're also using this choke to our advantage. Odds are people won't push through the central or end zone of the map to go to the north side. So we can just walk in with our backs to the zone, just make sure that there's no teams with here, and slowly but surely walk away in, basically completely free. And the thing is, Plat is super chaotic in a way. It does have some order to it. I usually shine in Plat lobbies more so than, like, whenever I do these types of challenges to solo to master, I usually struggle with bronze, gold, and silver, funnily enough, because they're very random. There is a little bit of order to them, but they are very random. It's hard to predict what's going to happen. People in Plat have a bit of a brain. They're usually going to do cheesy stuff. They're usually going to have a little bit of a logic to what they do. We went back to controlling the north side here, and that's because controlling is the best way to deal with a cheese, right? Discipline is how you deal with cheese. One example of cheesing would be just camping 3 people in a house waiting for someone to run in. How do you counter that? Discipline. You scan, you check angles, you walk not too far away from your team, you let the Wraith or whatever run first, so that, you know, she can fall back if they are cheesing. In that way. And there's a lot of other, like, weird shots like that. They're all just countered by discipline. So I figured out, okay, we are in Platinum, we need to play discipline, we need to control the north area. I know that this whole area is now safe. Terminal is probably safe as well, but we know that this side is fine. So we can walk up, I can walk up here into Terminal. This is not an active, this is just like passively what I think. Or passively like my decision making. Now I was really far away, so I jump head back. Because I had like a crossfire on me. I look for an off angle. I thought I could shoot through that. You cannot. Or sometimes you can. I don't know what's up with that. Some really solid wingman shots though. Not so solid movement. I'm looking for a really wide flank here because that spot where they're at right now, where I'm coming from now, is low-key a high ground. Meaning that I will have a massive advantage on them. If they opt to stay behind the little wall, if they opt to stay on the low ground. I am not proud of the wingman shots now. It's like, I don't know, my wingman is very inconsistent. I need to work on that. I need to do some Kovacs before I stream. I haven't done it in a while. Really good way to just be more consistent is by regularly aim training. So this is what I mean with the high ground. I can just walk up this cover. There's a little bit of a stairs. If they would have stayed, they probably would have been looking at my teammates and I would have been able to just sweep them up from behind. Once again, you know, take note of our positioning. We're kind of still playing the north edge of the map, north edge of the new ring. We still know nobody should be the north side, and that's another thing. A lot of people go, oh, I get third party all the time, ranked is so hard, I don't want to fight. The reason for that is because you don't have control of your area. I know that north is safe. I know that people probably will not push from the central of the ring, meaning that if I decide to take a fight, if I decide to W key, the odds of someone being close enough to push is very small. Like, I'm going to show the map, I'm going to pause for a second. Like, if I show the map here, we know that this whole area should be safe. Shouldn't be anyone here, at least not a full team. Could be a rat or something, what do I know? It could be someone here. It could be someone here. There's definitely someone around here and here. But this whole area is safe. If I fight a team here, and, you know, we're clean enough, like, well, I'd say, like 30 seconds a minute, maybe a little bit more, in a fight, nobody will be close enough to actually third party this. Which is why I'm so confident in making these calls. It's not luck. We've been disciplined. We've been slowly but surely working our way in and controlling the positioning, controlling the space. So we're allowed to do that. But I feel like since we've secured north, we just play north. I'll let you mention that in about as well, right there. So now they're fighting over here. I'm not pause. They're fighting over here. If we kill these guys, that means that we secure north even more. Zone is about to close. Two teams are fighting outside of zone. So we can walk up and probably clean this up pretty freely. Now, I made a mistake with the RE45 here. I should have used the wingman, but I assumed he would be cracked. He was not. There's a jump pad for info.
They don't have zone, so...
Now zone is closing on their back, so all we have to do is just play cover and hold the position, and it will kill them. Odds are nobody will be able to push us. If anyone's pushing us, they'd probably be... They could probably push us from here. But this whole area, once again, we've controlled it. We know nobody's going to be able to hold us from the back here and gatekeep us. Only from this... This is only Fred here. This is like, we haven't scouted that out. But I'm still feeling confident in just holding them here. We're still kind of not exposing ourselves to the bridge. So if a team would opt to come from that bridge, we could just back off and not take the risk. But these guys are just in the open, so we have to push up and punish that.
They're basically smoking off our view.
Oh yeah, I mentioned something there, but not, whatever. They were throwing thermite grenades into our face. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it's really hard to see through thermite grenades. So if you don't have a Bangalore or whatever, consider throwing thermites. Okay, so I don't know on your enemies, because they won't be able to see through and you'll be able to push. I don't know what the hell these guys were doing, just playing Ring Around the Rosie the whole time, trying to stall it out. Confusing the hell out of me. I was just trying to make the best out of it. But eventually clean them. Thankfully there wasn't a team on solar, because we would have gotten inverted. So we're running back here now. We're gonna look and clear north side, so we then can walk in and play north side again.
So what we're doing now, chat? I don't know if anyone cares about like...
So odds are there might be like a rat or a team back here.
This ends up being a video. We'll do a video on this.
And that's because I'm walling. Look at these bad shots. Nobody would play like this if they weren't cheating. And now you see kind of also what's up with the RE45. It really just jumps in your face. It's not like when you shoot a gun normally it stays stable. Or rather, like obviously the recoil goes everywhere, but the model doesn't move. But when you use the RE45 whatever and you stim, it's just it literally just shakes all over the time. You cannot line up your shots at all. Now I don't know who this Gibraltar was. I was thinking either this guy is solo or is a full team. But I only saw the Gibraltar. I figured, alright, he's a solo. We can play fairly aggro on this guy. Just jump head in, try to get a cleanup. Now the other teams in the zone are starting to shoot at us, or so I thought, but it turns out that I cannot move, but also this guy was not solo, he just overextended. That will happen in rank from time to time. Quick pause here, sorry to pause. So there we have a team with a triple take here, and we have someone around here. We don't know that at the moment, I just remember from the VOD. But these guys have zone and they're holding us. These guys are now gatekeeping us. However, the Gibraltar threw his game by pushing up that far. We have a lot of space technically to work with here. And we have a 2v3 advantage. Yeah, they have the positioning. But since our backs are safe, and by the, like, since it's such a late circle, odds are that if we take a fight with these guys, a team from the inside of the circle is going to shoot them in the back. And since they're a man down, they're even less inclined to win that fight, especially with a lot of outside pressure. So even though we are technically positionally disadvantaged, we still are in an advantage because we are +1 and we don't have to worry about other teams. They do. What happens a lot in these times as well is teams go for the third party, so they go for like positional plays. I should reload clean. I'm so annoyed with myself for the aim today. At least it looks a little bit more realistic the way I aim now. I guess like than when I'm really on point. Everyone has off days. I'm pretty sure I was falling asleep that day. It was really bad.
5k damage this game.
So now he's looking for a flank. My teammates are on the main side. So I just gotta get up the back and try to get some shots in. And I got some shots in. Easy cleanup because that was a duo. Okay, inventory management, not the best. Now we have the end zone. I've played this end zone before. I remember it very fondly. We have a lot of space to work with. We have literally just... All we have to do is just sit around and wait now. We don't have to do anything. However, I want to play aggro, so I'm going to push up a little bit. I hear a little bit of shots on this side. This also has a secondary objective of... Yeah, okay, so we can sit here and camp and wait for them to run in. But, okay, so obviously they're fighting, but even if they weren't fighting, if we walk up close and hold them, they have extremely little wiggle room, and it'll be a lot easier for us to gatekeep them. Now, they could make like a rotational play, like a Valk ult or something, and then we will be caught. Like, they'd be able to, like, get the positioning over us. But by pushing up like this, we are... you know, squeezing them a little bit. And if there's anything I've learned is you can get a lot of things done by applying a little bit of pressure. Now this was a bad push because apparently there was guys on the right side I didn't see, but pretty solid shots, so ends up working out. This is a very ambitious jump pad, and then I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go on the left side. I'm gonna try to like just sweep up a little bit. Sweeping was successful. Now I'm 1 HP, should not be re-peeking this. I go for the finish for the hot swap. I got the hot swap.
Honestly, dude, don't use this gun.
And then we got another rat in the back. So we're in between two rats now, basically, two solos.
This is so bad.
And now we just gotta like, okay, this is a really weird moment. Shut up, chat.
There we go.
Realistic aim moment. You got a primer in chat.
Primer. He's done. Not super proud of the aim right now, but we're hitting good shots, so.
And I'm kind of pushing for the 1v1 here. Don't want to spoil it. She goes for the Q. This is a 1v3, so it's like, obviously you don't want to take a 1v3 if you can avoid it, because you can still clutch. This gonna stay fairly competent. But I still tuck it, because I don't care. My team was right there as well, after a little while. It would be really embarrassing to lose that. It's happened, but it didn't happen this time. So sometimes when you're in that situation, they might just clutch up. So you gotta be careful about that. And even though it's a 1v3, you should never give them an opening to fight you 1v1. It takes every piece of discipline, or every like, the whole disciplinary to not throw a game on a solo. But sometimes you just gotta wait for your teammates to catch up so you can clean them by holding hands or like triple peeking and whatnot. Anyways, that was a game showcasing controlling space and moving in with it, and then punishing a team that tried to punish us because they weren't controlling their own space properly and they were overextended. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure that you hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this and you didn't see the previous one. That one will be available on the screen now. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.